Okay, welcome students and volunteers to today's session of Junior.
You're muted.
Christy, I believe you might be on mute. We
I
can't
did,
hear
I
you.
muted, look at that, okay. You'd think I get the hang of it by now, right guys? Okay, so I'm going to go backwards. Sorry about that. Okay, all right, ready? Take two, everybody, take two. You think by 2 years I'd have this down pat. Thank you, okay. Starting over, welcome students and volunteers to today's session of Junior Achievement New Jersey's Women's Future Leadership Academy. We're going to be talking about collaboration and teamwork, which is certainly an important skill that everyone needs to have, whether you're in high school, college, career, or family. But before we begin, we'd like to give a shout out to our presenting organizations. It's because of these organizations that we are allowed to, that enable us to have this session every week and bring the program to students at no cost to them or their schools. So huge thanks to our partners, ADP, the Deloitte Foundation, the MetLife Foundation, Sanofi, AIG, Church and Dwight, CNBC, Carney Bank, New Jersey Resources, CDW, Crow, EY, Fidelity, Wells Fargo, Merck, Prudential, PSE&G, and Valley Bank. And we'd also like to give a shout out to the companies that are represented by our volunteers here today. We have some volunteers from some amazing companies, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about them later. But first, students, if you're just joining us, or for some of our volunteers who are just joining us, a little bit more information about our program. You can continue to build your leadership skills with Junior Achievement beyond just today's session. You can earn Junior Achievement New Jersey's digital badge for career readiness. All you have to do is attend or view 5 or more of our sessions, complete a simple survey, and submit a final project. You can get details on that on our website, right there, janjacademy.org, or you can hit that QR code with your phone. That'll take you right to our website. We have received some fantastic final projects in the last couple of weeks, and we are getting ready to award those badges for those of you who have submitted your project. There are some really good ones, some ones that are just amazing, and we thank you for your submissions. Also, students and volunteers, we are very excited to announce that we are holding in-person forums here at our Education Center this June. We have 2 days to choose from, and we are probably going to add a third date because there are some really wonderful students that can't attend either session. So we're going to add a third date there. Stay tuned. June 4th and June 28th. Here at our Education Center in Edison. They are free and open to all WFLA participants. We would love to have you join us, volunteers as well. Again, details on the program website, janjacademy.org. So let's begin by talking a little bit about collaboration and teamwork. So collaboration and teamwork are some of the most important skills today's employers are looking for, even in a post-pandemic workplace, especially now. Every company, every organization, every CEO, CFO that I speak to or that we speak to, all agree that we need people that can collaborate and can work together on a team, because when a team comes together, that's when really good things happen. So before we go into some of the details here about collaboration and teamwork, I wanted to invite any of our volunteers to share any of their experiences or thoughts about collaboration and teamwork, how you use collaboration in your workplace or in your industry, maybe some examples of some of the team projects that you're working on at work. If you have any stories to tell, maybe something worked, maybe something didn't work, what you learned from it, and what our students can do to really build their own teamwork and collaboration skills. So I'd like to just open it up to our volunteers. If any of our volunteers would like to share any of their thoughts, please feel free to either raise your hand or unmute yourselves, and we will open the conversation to everybody. right. Any of our volunteers have any thoughts about how you use collaboration in your workplace? Okay, I see a couple of hands up. Janine, go right ahead.
Sure. Hey, everyone. It's Janine, and I work at Verizon, at the headquarters of Verizon. And the role that I have is a senior manager of global learning and development. And I would have to say, and I have my colleague with me, Liz, we can give everybody a wave, Liz. Collaboration and teamwork is the only way that we work. We cannot possibly deliver results for our business without collaboration and teamwork. Collectively, Liz and I work on a team of almost 100 people. And I think, some of the winning approaches and best practices that we use is just getting to know people, getting to know people's strengths, getting to know people, what they're good at, what their passions are. And it makes it fun. It makes it easy. And it really starts to build strong relationships among the team. And I think you have a better work outcome when you approach a project in a collaborative manner. Liz, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, I think I think there's a benefit in diversity of thought. And when you work collaboratively on a team, you get a lot of different viewpoints. You get a lot of diversity in terms of points of view, ideas, beliefs, and all those bring enormous color and enormous texture to the outcome of the projects that you work on when you can embrace those differences of experience, of thought. And I think that's really where the magic comes from collaboration.
Excellent. Great thoughts and great testimonials. Thank you, Janine and Elizabeth. Deb, I think I saw your hand up.
It was actually just to, I'm not going to repeat because I'm just going to sound like Liz or Janine. They already so eloquently, highlighted the points. Just for, from my 2 cents, if you will, on the topic, as others have noted, there's really no other way except teamwork. And during the last 2 years of COVID, as pretty much most of the folks on this call, certainly myself included, had to work remotely, not being able to see colleagues, at least the local colleagues, let alone the global ones, basically just highlighted to me how important collaboration really is. When you are physically at work, it's one thing, it's natural to talk with your colleagues in school as well. The fact that, once you are put in a remote situation where you no longer have easy access to subject matter experts really highlights how much we need collaboration, teamwork to achieve something. And that's really the main area to focus on anywhere, right? If I'm joining a new role or a new company, it's all about teamwork, getting to know people and just understanding the culture. That's it from my side.
Yeah, thank you so much. Very, very well said. Vanessa, I see your hand up. Welcome, Vanessa.
Hi, how are you? And thank you for the opportunity for me to volunteer. I'm also from Verizon and just want to, reiterate the things that Janine and Liz said, but also just know with collaboration, no small task is not important. So, and what I mean by that is everyone can bring some value to the table. And so know that, if people feel like what they're saying is valuable and it makes them work better as a team, so somebody, may not be strong in one area, doesn't mean that, that particular strength or that challenge can't still hold some value to the table. So like Liz said, everybody embracing everybody's diversity.
Excellent. Vanessa, thank you so much for sharing. Great stuff from our volunteers. We thank you. Any of our other volunteers, any thoughts about collaboration, how you use it in your workplace, what you've learned, what you're working on? All right, well, we'll have plenty of time. Oh, Kirti, hello. I see your hand.
Hi, Kirti Purohit, also from Verizon, and thanks for the opportunity. Another thing that I would highlight in terms of collaboration is I also encourage my team to use collaboration as a learning and growth opportunity. So I absolutely encourage that knowledge sharing aspect. So it's not just getting help from others, but also sharing that knowledge. And the more you share the knowledge, then that frees up your time to work on additional things and get other responsibilities as well. It's a win-win for the whole team.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, volunteers, for sharing your thoughts and experiences. And we'll have plenty of time throughout the rest of the session if you have something else you'd like to add, because we're going to go into some small group breakout rooms, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to go back again. We're doing 2 little mini activities. And those of you who are watching the video, you can certainly do some of these things on your own as well. But let's talk a little bit more. You heard about the importance of collaboration from our volunteers and how they use them in the workplace. It starts with team commitment. So if you're putting together a high performance team or collaborative team, and you're the leader of that team or a valuable member of the team, it's really important for organizations and companies to build team commitment. And this is how they do it in most organizations. First of all, teams and organizations and companies have core values and guiding principles. The core values and guiding principles of a team can help with decision-making and increase team members' commitment to the team and the organization. People who work for a company or organization are, in a sense, all part of a single team because they're all working toward the company's mission. So as you heard from our volunteers, they're excited about working on their teams. They're engaged because they believe in what they're doing and they believe in the company's the vision and mission. A lot of that ties into what is called a mission statement. Companies and organizations will have a mission statement very often. It's a clear and concise statement of the organization's purpose. There's an example of a mission statement below. You'll see, to inspire and prepare young people to succeed. So if anybody has a guess of what company's mission that is, please feel free to make your guess in the chat room. I also welcome any of our volunteers. If your company has a mission statement that you know of, or if you've worked for a company that has a mission statement, please feel free to drop that in the chat room as well. And yes, Aaliyah, you're right. That is Junior Achievement's mission statement, to inspire and prepare young people to succeed. It's been our mission for a number of years and one that we all stand by. And when a company has a mission statement, it really helps to, again, promote that team commitment because we know our goal, we know what we're doing and where we're going. Most companies define their high-level mission in that mission statement, and internally employees are expected to support that mission. A strong mission statement is both broad enough and specific enough so that all employees understand how their roles contribute to the organization's mission. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go into some breakout rooms and we're going to have a conversation about how to develop a mission statement. So I have put you in 3 small groups with volunteers and students in each group. And what you're going to do is groups pretend that you are now a team who is developing a new community center in your town. And you want your community center to address a need that exists in your community. So in your small groups, you're going to work together to develop a mission statement for your team. And remember that mission statement is just a slogan that's brief and really talks about what you stand for as an organization, what you're doing, and where you are going. So that mission statement. Okay. Now this is just an opportunity to collaborate and to think about mission statements and what they mean for a group. So here are some questions that you can think about when you are having this conversation. And if you would like volunteers, if you want to maybe jot these down, or if you want to take a photo of them, if that's helpful to refer to. But again, these are just questions for thought as you're thinking up a mission statement for your group who's developing a new community center. Questions: what is your group's purpose? What are you trying to achieve? What needs does your group meet, or what problems does it solve? Who does your group serve? What does it stand for? What are your values and ethics? And what do you expect of your teammates? Okay, does anybody have any questions about what we're going to be doing? We're just going to go into breakouts for about 5 minutes or so. It's going to be really quick. Okay, well, again, I'm going to start the breakout rooms. There are about 6 to 7 people in each room. We're going to be in there for about maybe 5-6 minutes, and then we're all going to come back here and have a conversation. Remember, we're just thinking about a mission statement for our team. Okay. So simply follow the prompt on your screen that will take you to your breakout room. All right, Shivanji, are you there? All right, let's talk a little bit about organizations and effective teams. So as you heard from our volunteers earlier, teamwork is extremely important in the workplace, and just about everybody uses it, regardless of what career or industry that you're in. And this is why it's important. When each individual team member takes the work of the team seriously, the whole team benefits. When team members respect each other's contributions, a team is much stronger than individuals working separately. Even when one poorly performing team member can negatively affect the work of a whole team. And then finally, being a strong team member is an important skill both in life and in business. So at this point, I welcome everybody to go ahead and use the chat room if you'd like. If you're thinking about putting together a team, what are some qualities that you would like to see in your team members? You see the third bullet point here talks about when one poorly performing team member, how it negatively can affect the whole work of the team. I'm sure a lot of us have been in the situation before where whether you're on a sports team or doing a class project, and maybe somebody is on your team that really isn't doing the work of the team. Maybe they're have their own agenda, or they're just not a team player. You've seen what could happen to your team. If you're on a sports team, if you have someone that's not the best team player, you're probably not going to win very many games. And if you are doing a project at school and someone isn't pulling their weight, it could bring down your grade. So we've all had those experiences of what happens when you don't have a good team member. But if you're thinking about putting together your own team, what are some of the qualities that you'd like to have in your team members? And I see some great things here: creativity, honesty, hardworking and encouragement, the willingness to hear from others despite how they feel about them. That's really great. Being coachable, open-minded to other team members' ideas and not instantly shutting them down. Very nice. Caitlin, trustworthiness, reliability, honesty, loyalty, consideration, inclusive to all ideas. These are great. Being respectful, keeping your commitments, perseverance. Excellent qualities to have in a team member. Thank you all for those great comments in the chat room. Please feel free to keep them going. So here are some other things, and a lot of you have posted this already. Effective team members, they respect everyone on the team, sensitive to everyone's concerns. They earn the respect of their team members, contribute their ideas. It's very important to always remember to contribute your ideas. Explain your ideas persuasively, but make sure you also remain open to the ideas of others. Sometimes two ideas can be combined, and I'm sure some of you will probably see that or have seen it in your breakout rooms. And finally, always keep your team's goal in mind and work toward it. Don't go off on a tangent. Keep in mind that mission statement or that vision, because that's where your team is always going to want to go. So we are going to go back into our breakout rooms in just a moment, and we're going to continue our conversation with our group that you've put together to create a community center. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back in the same groups and thinking about that mission statement that you put together for yourself. Imagine that your team is now going to organize a fundraiser to raise awareness and money for your community center. So work together as a team and answer the following questions. What type of fundraiser will you have? What is your goal? And then finally, and this one's really important, how will each team member use their individual strengths to contribute? So a good team will really take note of everyone's unique strengths and use those for the benefit of the team. So this is when we want everybody in your groups to kind of brag a little bit. Talk about what are some of your skills that maybe are unique that you can contribute to your team. For example, maybe you are a great public speaker. So you could be the person that would go out and communicate what your team is doing. Maybe you are really good with math and numbers. So maybe you're the one that could put together the budget. Those are examples of how you can contribute to your team using your own individual strengths. So we're going to go back into the same breakout rooms again for probably maybe a little bit longer this time, maybe 10 minutes or so, to have that conversation. And again, volunteers, you're welcome to share your own experiences with teamwork while you're in those groups. And then we'll bring everybody back here in about 10 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start those breakout sessions again. And we will see you back here shortly.